lovelies. My name is Sibel, and I'm a Harvard Berkeley dual degree freshman. Today, I'm going to be taking a deep dive into the extracurriculars that I put on my application for Harvard. I'm just going to do a list of the activities I did, the awards I got, the honors I have, and this is in no way, shape, or form meant to say that if you don't have these kind of extracurriculars that's gonna, eliminate your chances of getting into a school like Harvard. This is just my personal application, and I hope from the way that I've listed my extracurriculars and the things that I've done, you can kind of see the profile that I've built and give a little more insight into the college process, how I went about doing it, and see if that gives you any inspiration, motivation, or ideas for your own journey. All right? So here we go. Let me first talk about my academic testing and honors. That'll be one part, and then I'll jump into my extracurriculars. I took the Diplôme d'études en langue française, a DELF exam, B2. I got the highest level of proficiency. I did this in about 2017, and I kind of listed that to show that I have bilingualism as a skill. Another one of my academic testing and honors was the Diplôme national du brevet, the DNB. And if you don't know what the brevet is, it's this 9th grade exam that tests you and your proficiency in 7 core subjects. I got a mention très bien, summa cum laude. So I learned a crap ton of information. Then I used all the study guides and I did everything. I was also an AP scholar with honors. I took 4 AP tests, AP French language and culture, I got a 5, AP US history, I got a 4. I didn't study for AP US history, so I kind of just did it 2 weeks in advance. So I feel like that was pretty good considering I didn't study that much. AP Spanish, I got a 5, and I got a 4 in AP English literature and composition. And keep in mind, this is alongside the fact that I was also in the IB curriculum, so I also took 4 higher levels and 3 standard levels. Then I was on the honor roll all my years of high school, and I think that was just consistency with my grades and just work ethic and having a good relationship with my teachers. I got the Burbank High School Scholar Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement, so that was also maintaining an A. In 10th and 11th grade, I was part of the Burbank High School Show Choir in Sync, which was ranked #1 nationally, and in order to do that, I had to participate in a dual degree program, so I was enrolled in Burbank's online ILA program, doing those classes at the same time of doing the IB because I really wanted to keep both. So let me jump into my awards and distinctions. One of my main awards and distinctions was winning the Speak Up Sing Out International Songwriting Competition with Robert F. Kennedy and Human Rights in conjunction with the Grammy Museum, and it was a competition where I had to write and sing a song about civil rights issues and about social justice, and I wrote a song called Proclamation where I basically talked about the fact that there's institutionalized racism in the US, and I've talked about how far we've come and how long we have to go in order to achieve equality. I got first place, and then subsequent next 2 years I got third place for another song that I wrote called Black Water, which specifically touched on human trafficking. Another main honor that I want to talk about is winning a huge show choir competition. I was part of an ensemble of 40 singers and dancers. That was a huge thing. We won this huge competition. I was awarded the Larry and Louisa Dunn Shining Star Award in 2019, and essentially it was given to me by Larry Dunn, who was a pianist for Earth, Wind, and Fire. So obviously a music legend. I was incredibly honored to be given that. Also at that ceremony, I performed for Berry Gordy, the founder of Motown Records. If you've never heard of Motown, just look at these artists here. They got their start here. Okay, so anybody who understands music history knows Motown is a huge deal in American and global music in general. He's the blueprint for contemporary R&B and pop music. I won a competition with my school called the French Minister of Foreign Affairs AEFE Festival, and I got the grand prize. In 2019, I choreographed a dance to the song American Boy, and I had my class perform it, and I did the blocking, I did the choreography, I helped a lot with the film editing, and my brother helped with that too because we went to the same school, and we won the competition, and it was a really fun process that allowed me to demonstrate not only my talent in the arts, but my leadership skills as well, and just my ability to execute a creative vision. In 2018 and in 2016, I won the 1990 Institute Film Competition, and the 1990 Institute essentially is an institute that promotes cultural understanding, communication, and awareness between China and the US, East and the West. I helped come up with the storyline. I worked alongside my brother, who's also a filmmaker. We edited, and I, came up with the arrangement. I performed for the American Cancer Society West Region in 2020 COVID. I wrote a song called Flower of Hope, and I worked with my really amazing producer friend Milo, and we just made it over Zoom, and it was used as the song for a fundraiser fundraiser, and it was a composition that kind of wanted to touch upon the effects of cancer and wanted to advocate hope for the millions of people who still suffer from it. I think there's a really striking statistic something along the lines of like 40% of Americans at some point are diagnosed with cancer, and that is just an insanely high statistic. So I think it's still an issue that needs a lot of love and attention. The next thing that I want to touch upon was I got Song of the Year. I won the Song of the Year competition in 2018. I was a semi-finalist with my song Controlled Insanity, which I originally wrote for my English class, but I repurposed it in the competition, and I think I submitted it when I was like 16 or 15 years old at that point, and it was against adults as well. So another thing I want to talk about is the community service work that I did. So one of my main awards was I was a Girl Scout Gold Award recipient, and I've been a Girl Scout for years. The project that I did was this podcast called Anecdote Boat, and I worked in conjunction with Human Good, one of the nation's largest owners and operators of senior living communities. And on this podcast, I share remarkable stories about American immigrants living in these senior citizen homes, and some people were talking about their stories of immigrating from Latin America to here, and wartime stories, and growing up, and going to different concerts, the Beatles and whatnot, just kind of the whole array of the human experience from the lenses of these different American immigrants. I had to research, record, and produce this and market it and promote it, and so this was a whole thing that I had to do. The Congressional Award Gold Certificate. So I did a lot of community service during my time in high school. I had about 353 hours in public service, 364 hours in personal development, fitness, 493 hours in exploration over the course of 2 years. And then I also won the President's Volunteer Service Award, the Gold Award in 2020, with 278 hours of contribution to the community within 1 calendar year. I was also part of the Burbank, California Youth Leadership Program. Now I'm going to go on into some extracurricular activities and clubs that I did in and outside of school. So the first one I did was Key Club. I was president. I helped organize events and fundraisers for worthy causes such as pediatric trauma, Doctors Without Borders. I volunteered in things like the Los Angeles River, beach cleanups, recycling initiatives, etc. Then I was part of SIRENS, an a cappella group. Within the Burbank Insync Choir, they have this thing called SIRENS, and you try out for it, and it's a group of 8 incredibly gorgeous, beautiful, talented women. We like to sing for fundraisers, and we help raise money for the choir this way, and we get an arrangement and we perform it. Moreover, I was a peer mediator. I was certified in peer mediation. I had to go to this conference, and it was really fun. I got to meet new people. And, I spent a lot of time in my school helping, discussing, mediating issues between different students in younger grades. I was on the debate team. I was in the film club. I was the co-founder and arranger of the film club, and I helped do music arrangements for different projects that our film club was working on. And in film club, we also analyzed films and saw how we could apply those to our own projects. And I also did a music arrangement for a school fundraiser that raised $33,000. Furthermore, I also was part of the Sunrise Movement Club in my school. I was the social media coordinator, and I just helped brand our presence online and advertise and write different emails, fundraisers, political phone banking, policy change, advocacy, etc. I was also in Girl Up Club throughout middle school, but a little more consistently in high school. We would do fundraisers, and the main purpose of the club was to help adolescent girls in third world countries receive access to healthcare, access to safety, clean water, opportunities, and life free from violence. And a lot of the violence was sexual violence for young girls. Now I'm going to go into my academic enrichment work. So basically, I did the Berklee College of Music Aspire program, and I was awarded a merit scholarship and accepted to the highest jazz ensemble. And it was rigorous courses taught by Berklee faculty offering college credit, so it was 5 weeks during the summer. So we had to do classes like musicianship, theory, composition, songwriting, the whole shebang. Then I was also doing a music production camp with the Los Angeles College of Music in the summer of 2018. I did the Burge Acting and Film Conservatory for 6 weeks, for 50 hours a week. I was awarded a merit scholarship, and I was one of the 12 students in the drama program. I acted in traditional Shakespeare playing with scrolls. I did the Grammy Museum Music Revolution Project, a drama intensive at LOXA, and I also did a music theory qualification in ABRSM. Then I did a lot of summer programs. I did this summer program called Explode at Yale, and essentially it was a nonprofit enrichment program that applied liberal arts and sciences that promotes creativity, engagement, and intellectual curiosity. I'm just reading it off of the document here. This is not coming off the top of my head. So I took courses like personality and behavioral psychology, social psychology, philosophy, psychology of Harry Potter, human rights, gender issues, forensic science, surgical intervention, psychopathology, crew. So these are the different things that I explored, and I also talked about about them in my essays and my supplemental essays for my college application process. On top of that, I've done tutoring, and I talked about that consistently in my application, and I'm still doing tutoring now. I still have my own tutoring business as well, and I'm keeping up with that, and I love helping students prepare for their college journey or learn French or learn Mandarin or learn English. So I also have sign-up links for that below if you want one-on-one help, and I'd love to help you, and I'd love to give advice to students. These are the main activities that I emphasized in my application and in my activity portion on the Common App. If you have any more questions about extracurriculars or any advice at all that you want from me, feel free to message me, comment down below. If you thought this video was helpful, feel free to share, like, subscribe, and I hope you'll have a wonderful week. Good luck with your college application process, and I'm sending you much love and good energy. Bye!